Hey everybody, welcome back to Zero Distortion. Today, got a special treat. My wife Alisa is joining me. She brought up an idea I thought was so good, just had to share with you guys. So think about it. Instead of waiting until New Year's Eve to set resolutions, why not lock in right now? I mean, we've got 3 months left in 2025, the perfect amount of time to commit to self-improvement. It's called the fourth quarter lock-in. And it's about not coasting into the holidays, but using this time to really build some momentum. So today, Alisa is going to walk us through the three areas we're focusing on, and we're doing this as a couple. So fitness, mental self-growth, and growing together. Hey, but before we get started, click the like, subscribe, and alert bells to help us out. Let's go. Lisa, welcome back to Zero Distortion. We're just going to get right into this. Kick it off and tell us what this fourth quarter lock-in means to you and why we shouldn't wait till January to start.
Yeah, well, first I'm going to say it wasn't my idea. It's something I had seen on social media starting in September. We're calling it the fourth quarter lock-in. I think people were just calling it the lock-in for the rest of the year. And the point is, we have 3 months left. And we're heading into fall, heading into the end of the year, where most people just kind of cruise into the holidays. They're not focusing on much, right? Any personal goals. Whereas it's really a lot of time, and why wait till January 1st? Why pack on, another 15 pounds for the next 3 months? Just start now with your fitness goals, your other personal goals that you might have. And, we love goals here in this house. It keeps us going, keeps us interested in life. This goes back to your last episode on positivity, which I thought was really good. So we talk a lot about maybe some negative things going on in the world that we're interested in, but we get bogged down. And you and I both decided, we need something more positive, shift our focus, get out of the negative mindset we've been in. And this is the perfect way to do it, the fourth quarter lock-in.
Yeah, agreed. And let's get into the first piece of this, which is fitness. We're getting into the time of the year where really the holidays coming up, things like that, people tend to maybe slow down or even backslide on taking care of their fitness piece. So what's some of the approach that you're looking at to continue that momentum into the fourth quarter? What are you doing on fitness particularly?
Yeah. Well, you and I are always dedicated, sometimes more than others. And for me, anyway, with fitness, it's very metrics based. Just like any goal, it's better if it's a SMART goal, right? It needs to be simple, measurable. So the first thing that I wanted to do, and I normally measure my fitness progress with taking a scale weight every morning, with taking measurements, weekly progress pics. But this time I wanted to step it up a notch, and I went and got a Dexa scan, which I've been wanting to do for years now. So I'm starting off with, I'm at, I'll just say 21% body fat right now. So my goal for the next 3 months is to get down to 16%. And I'm in a very good position with muscle in my body, but I'd like to see that increase too.
So you got into some more detailed data to kind of drive down instead of just looking at maybe weight or the type of weight you're lifting and reps and things like that. You're getting into some really granular data. Okay, that makes sense.
You know about they're precise. They will measure, the muscle mass in your body, bone density, which I was really interested. Now that we're both in our 50s, it's really important to keep our bone density up. So yeah, I love to have that kind of metric starting out, and then I'll do that again in December when we're done to see if I've reached my goal of decreasing body fat, increasing muscle mass in my body. So I'm doing things like really stepping it up in terms of tracking my macros, keeping protein high, getting 15,000 steps a day roughly, as much as work allows, getting up early in the morning, taking that walk, us walking together, that all adds up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get into this second category, and that's really mental self growth. So what are you doing to look at sharpening your mindset here in Q4 of 2025?
Yeah, I really didn't want to focus just on the physical and fitness, which we're really good at, and we're good at focusing on work. But I wanted to hone in on some personal growth and some goals that I had. So with that, I'm looking to get, 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, to keep that mental focus sharp. And also, that really helps with muscle growth too. I don't know how many people know that the more sleep you get, the better your body
When you
performs.
grow.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you grow. So when I have that 3 a.m. wake up, I consistently tell myself, you need sleep for muscle growth and try to go back to sleep. Um,
Yeah.
and then reading a book every night, putting my phone down by 9 p.m., if not earlier. I really want to quit the toxic scrolling. It's not
Mhm.
very helpful. And I've had this on my list forever. As you know, I want to learn to speak Spanish. So I need to take the steps to start learning to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
We have a trip coming up in November. We're going back to Mexico, and I really want to become more fluent and speak in a native tongue when I'm in someone else's country.
No, those are all good things, and it's those. I always say stacking those small wins and building that momentum, which I think is pretty important. And that takes us to category 3, and that's growing as a couple. And what are we going to do? We talked about this a little bit this morning, um, as far as our growth in our relationship, which I think is fantastic, but we're always looking to improve. So let's talk about that for just a minute.
Yeah, I thought this category was important because we do really well in connecting every day, and also weekly. We have our Saturday morning hikes for now, and we really have to think of what to do once it gets really cold and snow starts to fall. But we do really well connecting with each other. But our kids are now, the boys will be 18 soon. We are coming up on being empty nesters really quickly. And the more that we can grow together, stay connected as a couple, the better we'll be when it's just the two of us. I love it when it's just the two of us now,
Hmm.
but we have to make sure to keep that momentum going. So some of the things that I was thinking of is, again, thinking of ways to stay connected on those Saturday mornings once it gets cold. And we talked about that a little bit this morning on our walk. Um, and discovering new parts of the city. I've been in Cleveland most of my life, but you're fairly new still to this
Yeah.
part of the country, and I think we need to really start making a list of places that we want to see. We did great with that last summer, hit some bucket items off the list, but I'd really love to, maybe go to the art museum with you,
Hmm.
maybe open up a new interest for you, things like that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, I think the walks are very important. I enjoy those. We take walks every Saturday morning. We'll go and walk the metro parks here in Cleveland, which are just incredible. And now's a great time of year to be taking those walks because the leaves are changing and it's really pretty out, and just being able to connect a little bit with nature. But that's going to go away. It's going to get cold. We're going to try to walk as much as we can, but we were talking about, all right, how are we going to keep this? We don't want to lose that piece. We actually want to grow and add on to that. So, I mean, there's some work for us to figure out what exactly those are going to be. Um, but I think going into the city, doing some things. I mean, the travel. We're going to start making some additional travel plans. Maybe go to Europe in 2026. I think make that trip. So just the connection that we have, we've got to keep that and keep it growing, and that's kind of ties in, I think, a little bit to this lock in
Yeah.
of Q4. Not just the status quo, but not sliding, but actually kind of building on that going into the new year.
And I think you should join me in learning to speak Spanish.
Oh, we
That way we can practice on our walks and it'll be better.
yeah, no, that's something I've been thinking about. I took 2 years in high school, but that was terrible. So yeah, those are definitely examples of things that we need to do. So that's it, guys. That's really our approach to the fourth quarter lock-in. We're talking about fitness, some mental growth, and then growth as a couple. So we'd love to hear what you guys are doing. So drop us a comment, and we're going to dig deeper into each of these categories in these upcoming episodes. Again, we're going to start with the physical improvement. I've got a great guest, Joe Kalari. He's coming on. He's a recognized expert in fitness and performance. He's going to be joining me to share, and we're going to do it in 2 episodes, some practical ways to get into the best shape of your life. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the alert bell so you don't miss it. Appreciate it.